everyone, this is Kerri-Ann. Today working for Craft Stash, I'm going to do a card making demo for you using the new musical Christmas collection. So I'm going to be using this here Christmas Carol embossing folder, the musical border and the carol singers, all apple blossom and all available from the Craft Stash website. So some of the items that I'm going to be using are in front of me here, and I'll talk through them as I start to use them. We'll just move them to one side. The core base of the card is going to be a 5x7 plain blank white card, and I'm going to use some alchemy wax, but I'll put that to the side for now. And here are the die cuts that I've already cut for you. So this one here is one of the carol singers. Hopefully you can pick up the embossing there. It's on the silver mirror board, so it's a bit hard to see on the camera, but hopefully you get an idea of just how cute these little carol singers are. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to move those to one side. What I've done with the Christmas border, the musical Christmas border, is I've attached it to some acetate because I'm going to curve it around the card. Hopefully you can see that there on the camera. So I've cut that again in some silver mirror board. This one here I've embossed using the embossing folder, and it's straight onto white card. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just make it pop a little bit by using some silver alchemy wax. So what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of the wax. There we go. I'm just going to start brushing it onto the embossed white card. Take a little bit from here. And hopefully you can see on the camera just how much it makes it pop. By using this wax, it's catching on all the embossing, and it's really helping to bring out that shine. And it's making that embossing look really, really pretty. There we go. I'm using a stencil brush here. The reason I use this brush is because it's a big dome, so I can domed brush, so I can get things done a bit quicker, and also it gets all into the grooves of the embossing. So once you're happy, which I am with that one, just brushing over to make sure there's no bits and pieces. I'm going to put that to one side, and then here we go. Hopefully you can see there how shimmery and pretty that is. So I've already put some double-sided tape on the other side of that one, and I'm going to stick that onto my bit of pre-cut silver mirror board. Now the double-sided tape that I'm using here is one of the finger lift tapes from Sticks 2, I believe, and the reason I use this one instead of a tape runner is just because it means that I can pre-prep when I'm doing demos. Sometimes I do use tape runners, but I find that if I'm doing demos, whether it be travelling around or for YouTube, it's just a bit easier for me if I can pop these on first. This lighting isn't the best for peeling it off, but there we go. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this one down. And there we go, and I'm happy with that. So that's just giving me a little bit of a border. Hopefully you can see that one there. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to stick down my carol singers, and I've popped a few foam pads on the back of here. There we go, so I'm just going to take those one off, and I'm going to centre this one just to about here, I think, just to give myself enough space for when I want to pop the Christmas border on the bottom there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tiny amount of space between the two adults, but not too much, only because I'm going to lay over this little girl here. Okay, and I'm just going to pop her so she sort of overlaps on the other two. So hopefully you can see, there we go, that embossing on the die cuts as well. So there we go, there's the base of it. Now I could leave it like that, and I could mat and layer it straight onto the card, and it would still look really, really pretty, as you can see. But what I am going to do now is I'm going to use the Christmas musical border, and I'm just going to curve it underneath. Hopefully you can see, so it's got a bit of a 3D element to it. So what I've done is, again, I've popped some double-sided tape on the back here, and I'm just going to peel off the two side pieces just for now, just so that I can fix this here to where I want it. Now what I am going to do is, because I don't want too much of a curve, I don't want it to be too high, I'm going to give myself just a little overhang there of the acetate. And I'm going to do the same on the other side, just a tiny little overhang of the acetate. Now it's important that you give this enough time to stick down when you're sticking the mirror board onto acetate. I've used tacky glue, but I've only left it a few minutes. Ideally you would leave it a little bit longer, but I wanted to get this demo done for you. So you can see that's now attached onto the card, and then what I'm going to do is peel off the other bits of double-sided tape. And because I've added some acetate to those bits there, I'm just going to add just a little bit of tacky glue just through the middle, just for an added bit of strength. There we go. And then I'm going to mat and layer this onto my card. There we go, and push that one down. Make sure you're happy with it all. So here we go. Hopefully you can see my Christmas card and you can see the 3D effect of it. There we go. Hopefully you can see that okay. And what I really love about these dies is that they're super pretty, and they're classic and traditional, and you can make beautiful cards. Now if I wanted to, I could add some wording to that now, or I could add some little cut snowflakes or diamonds or something like that, just to make it pop a little bit more. But to be honest, I really love this classic traditional look that the dies give there. So hopefully you've enjoyed my little demo there. Any questions, as always, just give me a shout, but you should be able to find all these items available on the Craft Stash website very soon. Thanks for watching.